You know how there's this like going meme on the internet right now? It's like, I probably needed a hug, but instead did something unhinged. And I won't say that this is like totally unhinged, but like, I probably needed a hug and instead I just slept with somebody. And I gave up like 7 months of celibacy because I am so tired of not being able to be held or touched or hugged because my dates have been going so bad. They're just so bad. And there's this moment where like you just grab at the inauthentic thing to feel something. Most of the time I tell myself like being alone, it's not bad. I get to like make every decision on earth that I want to, and I use that power for good by traveling and being spontaneous and being open to the universe and kind of being a yes person. Like, I'll try everything, you know? And that is the beauty of being single. But the not beauty of being single is that every once in a while, the loneliness creeps in. It creeps. And you can feel in your bones that you haven't been held or touched in so long. And it doesn't make you feel better. I'm here to say that. It doesn't make you feel better. I convinced myself that it would, and it didn't. It just made me feel more empty. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this dating economy because I'm putting every good foot forward and I am like trying to be my most authentic self. And I'm showing up in good faith. And I'm going on dates, but like it's just one after the other. And I kept saying no, and I kept saying no, and I kept saying no because I was like, I want to fall in love. Is that so hard to ask for? And then you finally just get worn down and you say yes to the random stranger who pays you a compliment because you are so tired of saying no. If people have advice, if you are currently in love and have somehow managed to find somebody, how did you do it? Please tell me, because I'm at the end of my rope. I feel like at this point, like I need to accept being alone because it is better than around with a stupid man. I promise you.
Well, this is what's happening to some of the women out here. You're getting worn down by the wrong people instead of stepping back and saying, these are the questions that I need to ask. Dating, relationships are a thinking man's game. Period. End of story. Just because you show up doesn't mean that you're going to get the person. That's what women say to men all the time. Well, guess what? You can't just show up and, a man's just going to notice my presence and enjoy my presence and we're going to take off from here and it's just going to click. No. And even if that does happen, at some point in time, you're going to have to work for the next level of your relationship. So without even knowing you, I would probably say you need to be asking more questions, the right questions, and you need to be using the men in your life to vet these boys.
My younger brother just called me to ask where I thought he should take this girl to dinner for their first date. And I was like, do you know what type of food she likes? He was like, no. I was like, you should ask. I was like, also, you should ask if she has like any allergies or anything. And he cuts me off and he's like, Sadie, not everybody is your problems. I was like, oh. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what? I'll let you in on a little secret. It doesn't actually matter where you take her. Just make sure at the end of the night you ask her to split the bill because girls secretly love that. Asshole.
Oh, to be in your 30s, young, wild, and free, right? I would be absolutely lying to y'all if I said that being in your 30s, no man, no kids, didn't get lonely. You get what I'm saying? It gets lonely. Like, hold on, wait. Ultimate free will to be in your 30s, to have money, to be wiser, and to just like have nothing to tie you down or weigh you down. Ultimate free will. Like, the options are limitless, but you do have those times, those moments where you wake up and you like, wow, this is it. Like, but after you talk to God, you don't have nobody in your house to talk to. Like, you don't have like a family to like get that good energy from before you walk out into the world. Like, you have to go out into the world to interact with people. Like, it does get lonely sometimes. You do think like, when is it my turn? Like, when is it going to be my turn to have love, to make a family? Like, you have those thoughts. When I have those thoughts, I go venture out into the world and just use my free will to just be free and do whatever I want to do. The things that I probably won't be able to do when I have a family. But every now and again, it gets lonely.
This isn't my usual content, but I wanted to have this conversation because I keep seeing girlies saying, I expect a man to do it without me asking. Whatever that theory is, like, I don't expect to say what I want. He should know what I want. Throw that straight in the trash can. Throw that away. Get rid of that theory. I was raised by a single dad. My dad raised me. And that man never picked up on signs. Every single time he didn't understand what was going on, he would come and talk to me and be like, do you know what she meant? And of course, I'm a woman, so I was like, yeah, she's blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, really? Like, they're not that smart. They're really not. And every single time I had to I would literally have to communicate what I wanted. In my relationships, I communicate what I want and what I expect. If the man doesn't like it, to the door. It doesn't matter, because I will find somebody that does. And that's why it's so important for you ladies to get rid of that and start saying what you want, because that's when you will start winning.
I don't know, man. Imagine thinking you're the smart one in the relationship because you refuse to use your words and people can't figure out what you're thinking.
I haven't been on a date in a really long time. So when on Sunday, this guy asked me on a date, I was like, okay, let me get back on the horse. Let me mingle, see what's out there. Anyway, he proceeds to text me right now. He was like, okay, still all set for tomorrow. I'm going to pick us up some food and some drinks. Pick us up some food and some, huh? What do you mean? I thought we were going to a restaurant or something. Where are we eating this food and beverage at? See, like, I just hate when men don't give a clear plan. Like, I didn't know. And first of all, I'm not going on the date. I'm not responding to him, nothing. Because it's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So this is why I stopped dating for a good amount of time, because men just really bother me, especially young men. But then people were starting to think I was crazy for dating older. So I have to switch back, go back to my roots. And I don't like this. I want to go back to my old man roots, because this is very ghetto. It's very ghetto over here. If any younger man sees this, communicate clearly what a date is. You know what the grandpas do? They send me the reservation, pick you up at this time. I'm wearing this. That is what a man does. Genuinely going to be a hot girl mother freaking summer. I'm outside.
Again, these women continue to tell us that they're the most effective communicators, and then they don't pick up the phone and text them. I just said, how come you just don't pick up the phone and say, this is not going to work for me? I was hoping that we can go outside and do something. That's basically what another woman in the comments said. Why, instead of waiting on him, don't you just communicate? She responded, I shouldn't have to do all that. I shouldn't have to do all that, girl.
Y'all, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Russell Hartley's laugh is fake. It's fake. That is not natural. He only does that because every time about 5 million women get in his comments like, oh my God, the rich laugh. Oh my God, the rich laugh. Yes. That is cause and effect. He does that because you say that. Okay? This bro is pandering to you. He's pandering. You are paying this man's bills. You are paying him to live in LA. And that's okay. That's okay. He's allowed to do that. We're all allowed to do that. But take what he says with a grain of salt. He is selling you a dream to keep you engaged and keep you watching. I would take it as entertainment rather than advice. He's funny. He says funny things. Am I going to bank anything on what this man says? No. Because if you go back to 2022, Buddy was like a men's rights activist or some shit. Like, this guy is a clown that dances for whichever side is going to pay him more money. And right now it's the ladies. And I love that for us. But pay attention.
Check on your single friends because it is rough out here. I am just so sick and tired of doing like life by myself. Like, I can never understand the people that are constantly in and out of relationships. Like, say someone like broke up and a month later they're already in another relationship. I am not that person. I need like a long time for my mental process to reset and like get in a like healthy mindset because I just don't understand. But it's so hard being the single friend because dating in this time is really excruciating and painful. And most of my friends are in long-term relationships or married and they just like don't get it. And it's really rough.
I'm looking for a date tomorrow night, preferably around happy hour time, preferably in Soho, New York. Why, you ask? Well, I'm getting my hair done, so I'm gonna be looking fly as blowout, fresh snip. You gotta use it, right? I gotta show it off. So shoot me a comment, send me a DM on Insta. Taking applications for a date tomorrow. That's tomorrow, Friday. 30th, May 30th, whatever.
Charity work. Take me out because I think I look good and got my hair done.
Anyway, I'm headed to the gym and there's another guy at the gym that I think's hot. He's super hot. If that guy, the new guy that I think's hot, is at the gym, I think I'm gonna approach him and I'll let you guys know what happens. Have a good day.
I already know that only hyper-independent, chronically single women are going to understand what I'm about to say. Do any of you guys also think about like wanting to get married one day, but then the thought of not being single one day make you so sad? Like, it makes me grieve. Like, I genuinely am like, not because I'm unhealed, but because I love being alone. Like, I just love my little quaint, peaceful, and not like I'm outside, okay? I'm a homebody. I don't leave my house. So the thought of having to like leave my house and entertain another human being, share the air that I am breathing with another human being, and like not be so independent, not like we're gonna ever lose our independence, but like we're gonna have to give a little, you know, adjust and like not be so comfortable being alone. I can be alone, me and my dog and God, for the rest of my life, and I will be content, okay? But obviously, I know that I want to get married one day, and I'm 31, so it's like I'm reaching the age where I'm like, all right, you gotta like snap out of this. But I don't want to, but like I do. You know what I mean? Like this, do you know what I mean?
Okay, I need the ladies who have met their husbands in the past like 3-ish years to say how they met, because I've been doing the online dating and it just seems like no one's really in alignment with what they're saying, which, you know, whatever. I'm still gonna give it a shot. I don't really go out to like, you know, bars, clubs, things like that where I feel like I would meet someone, and to be honest, I don't really want to meet someone in that environment. So speaking organically, I'm just not too sure like how to find someone. I go to the gym, obviously. I do things that are outdoors, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like everyone's so used to online dating, and ideally I would like to meet someone organically. So how are we meeting our husbands? Let me know. I need to know insider tips.
I've been thinking about how when you start dating someone new, you start to surpass these like levels of intimacy. And I find it strange that I'm like, why am I embarrassed that you're seeing me cry right now when your tongue and my cat are best friends? That's inappropriate, sorry. But I'm like, why does it feel so intimate to be grocery shopping together and like going on runs together? I'm like, I wash this person's hair. That feels like intimacy. Like peeing with the door open. Are we just desensitized to sex now? And like, I don't know, am I insane? Is it because of hookup culture, or does everyone feel like this?
This is online dating in a nutshell. Only looking for friendship. I have a girlfriend already. So you're a man in a relationship using a dating app, specifically Facebook dating, to look for friends who are female. That's what we're doing these days. Honestly, I give him props for being upfront about it, because I have connected with who knows how many guys who lied about being single. So at least he's putting it out there. But you're looking for friends. You're looking for friends like Diddy is using baby oil to moisturize.
I mean, in all honesty, he's not really hiding anything. He told you up front. There it is, in literal black and white. I'm not looking for anything, just friendship. I have a girlfriend. I don't know why y'all think y'all catching a man in anything. Just scroll past it. Please, y'all be... Anyway.
Okay, girls, I need y'all to be so for real. Where are you finding these men? Dead ass, where are you finding them? Because it's been a long hot minute since I have had any success in the dating world. And I can totally see my faults in past situations. Very anxiously attached, I put them on a pedestal, yada yada. But now I have grown so much. I know what I bring to the table, I'm confident. Doesn't mean I tell you, I can't even find a man that's interested in what I have to say. The amount of dates I've been on where they're talking about my life, and I can literally watch their eyes glaze over in real time. Met them organically. I've gone on the dating site, walked up to men at bars. I generally don't know what it is. I mean, I know I don't look the best right now, but like, I'm a cute girl. Tried going for different men than my usual type. On for guys that I generally thought were different. They're the exact same. They're carbon copies of each other, just different fonts. You're not supposed to, you won't meet the love of your life at a bar. You aren't going to meet the love of your life there because they're a bunch of just literally useless. Like, how are y'all finding boyfriends that actually like enjoy talking to you?
Maybe questions that have something to do with finding out what their values are and then saying, you know, we seem to be going in the same direction. Let's partner up.
I'm going to tell you what, if you are going through a rough patch in your marriage, you better go water your grass on your side of the fence, because you do not want to be on this side of the fence. Because this dating world nowadays, it's been flipped upside down, backwards, sideways, however you want to call it. It's a shit show that I don't want to partake in. Like, I don't want to date. I just want to skip to the good part. And for the love of Jesus, if you've been married for 30 years, do not try to give me dating advice. You don't know how it is out in these streets. Do not. Times have changed since 1995 there, Brenda. It's like we're trying to date in a world where loyalty is just nothing but another meme, and the options are just endless. You can scroll to the next one. And I'm about to drop a truth bomb, but everyone wants a healed partner, but not everyone is willing to be a healed partner. Let that one sink in. And don't get me started on situationships. If that's not like signing up for heartbreak on a payment plan. And with that being said, social media convinced a whole generation that love is a transaction and not a covenant.
There's not going to be any relationship that's perfect. You have to choose your heart in relationships. You're never going to be able to find one person who is emotionally available 24/7, who's sensational, who's financially generous, who's always present, never stressed, and 100% in sync with you. You're dating a human, not ChatGPT. Humans aren't vending machines, and dating isn't Build-A-Bear. You have to choose your heart. If you're a man that wants a woman who wants to have a lot of sex, you can't choose a woman who is a boss babe, who works a lot. Stress is going to reduce her desire for sex. So if you want a woman who wants a lot of sex, you need to be the type of man that can cover 100% of the bills so she can live a relaxed life and be stress-free and ready for sex. But if you want a woman who wants to split the bills 50-50, then she's probably going to be stressed and she's not going to give you as much sex as you want.
No. Girl, get in there and do what you need to do. You want that man, regardless of his emotion, to perform at all levels, anytime, anywhere. But then when it comes to you as a woman, all of a sudden you want to be like, I'm really stressed today. I ain't feeling it. We not gonna be able to do it. Girl, get in there and fulfill your duty.
Does anybody else feel like this? Okay, so I'm gonna get into it. So basically, like, I've been single for the past 5 years, been celibate for the past 4, and I would say that the hardest thing about dating is that people are not competing with like former partners or anything. They're competing with me. And like, I love myself so much, and I'll buy myself flowers, I take myself on dates, I find any excuse to like dress up, go to any place I would want to go to. Like, I don't even question. I'm like, oh, you want to go to this restaurant? We're gonna go to the restaurant. I'll go with friends, I'll go by myself. Like, I literally will do anything for myself, and I love myself so much. Like, I adore myself. I'll go on Instagram and stare at myself all day, my highlights, or like replay stories, or like anything that I accomplish. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I give myself praise. This has definitely been like something that I've been working on, because I was always so hard on myself. So like for the past 5 years, I've really just been fluidly becoming this woman who loves herself. And now when I'm approaching like dating or being courted, it's very hard for somebody when they're like, oh, like, what do you bring to the table? And I'm like, oh, blocked, because I'm so serious. Or like anytime I just feel like you put like any kind of doubt, or you say something weird, or you're like, oh wow, you go do that, oh, you must have lots I don't want to hear it. You're already lost to me. Like, there is no other man you're competing with. You're competing with what I can provide for myself. And that has been like a really big thing for me, and it saved me like a lot of wasted time, because I'm just like, if I could do this for myself, like, why does it take you so long to buy me flowers? Like, how hard is that? Like, if I buy myself flowers once a week if they die, and then I love myself so much, I've had those flowers for a month. Like, nobody loves me as much as I love me. Is it my Leo rising? Is it my Aquarius moon? I don't know. I have a really big ego.
Y'all don't see how this conceited attitude is problematic for you and will be problematic for any relationship that you could potentially be in? Get over yourself. On second thought, as I look back there at those dead flowers, maybe this is satire.
These are icks men have given me that just have been keeping me up at night. This one guy, I was stalking his Instagram and his TikTok following because I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't follow a bunch of like OF girls. And you know, I can't really decide if what I found was worse or not, but he just followed a bunch of ASMR artists and different ASMR accounts. And like, I'm not a hater of ASMR, but I just think as a man, like, I just don't want to have to envision you like listening to the roleplay where it's like, oh, like, do I have your permission to like start brushing your hair? Yeah, that one was like, I had to stop talking to him. I couldn't get over it. One guy said he didn't like when girls wore makeup. Like, he was like a really big hater of makeup, and then proceeded to show me a picture of Kylie Jenner and just be like, yeah, I just don't get why girls can't look like this. Meanwhile, Kylie Jenner was wearing like a full beat of natural looking makeup, but like, there was black eyeliner around her eye, my guy. Also, why are you saying this to someone that like wears a ton of makeup? You think I'm gonna stop wearing makeup for you? This guy I used to talk to that, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was way out of his league. Like, I was doing like major charity work. But I asked him what his type was, and he's like, oh, I'm into blonde hair, blue eyes. So I'm like, you're not really like my type. I don't really like go for girls that look like you. And he said it with a little bit of like disgust in his voice, and I was like, sir, I should be getting volunteer hours right now, okay? I don't know who you are saying all that to me. This grown man that I talked to a while ago, we were on FaceTime, and I realized that he had like 3 Squishmallows. He had 2 big ones and then a smaller one, and I was just like, you're 25.
So a couple of things. Y'all don't seem to be able to pick up on context clues. Oh, well, she had makeup on. It was natural looking. Oh, could that be a clue? Could that be a clue to maybe if you're going to wear makeup, make it look natural? just a thought. Number 1. Number 2, God forbid a man follow accounts that allow him to relax, that allow him to be in a state of peace and control his anxiety. What are we doing?
Hi, TikTok. So I went on 2 dates today. I went on a lunch date with a man that was 70, and he's super awesome and nice. I'm going to see him again. He likes art. I like art. He's very educated, well-spoken, dresses nice, like very sweet. Very, very sweet. Just how I like him. And then on my second date, I went to early dinner. Yeah, I've been eating all day, so I'll be hitting the gym hard tomorrow. But my second date, guys, this is the 67-year-old. Everybody's like, give him another chance. Oh. Well, I did. We went to dinner, and he complained to the waitress about everything. And he is just a miserable person, I'm realizing. And it's not me. And I tried again. And so I will not be giving him an 83rd chance because I've known him for 12 years and he's tried to date me on and off for 12 years. It's a no-go. Like, I can't deal with negative people. So, and it's 6:22 and I'm already on my way home. So there's that. And that makes me laugh. Maybe I should try to date younger men.
Are you describing what I think you're describing?
If we were dating, would I have to pay for everything just because I'm a man?
No, it's not my mindset. If you ask me and you text me, come here, for me it's logical you pay. But imagine me say, okay, come with me. And for me it's normal because I have money and it's not necessary all the time a guy pay, you know.
So you'd be open to taking me out to dinner one night?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before with another man?
If you want, yeah. Or maybe cooking for you, or for me it's not a problem pay. It's you know, money is just a transaction, but it's not real important. It's not important for me a guy pay all time, no.
But what about when you get married to a man? Do you look at it the same way, or does he start to cover more then?
I want children, so me, I want no stress with the money, and for me it's normal and logical guy pay for a family. I'm a wifey, so it's logical for me, yes. For me it's like that, and that's it.
I had made a video last month about like saying that men don't like us anymore. And then I'm sitting here thinking like, do we even like them? Like, do y'all like the men? Like, seriously, the things that are available, the single men that are available, y'all like them? Like, answer honestly. Then I myself had to think like, when's the last time I actually liked somebody? Like, it's been a minute that I've genuinely liked someone, had feelings for them. It's been like over a year. I don't know. Y'all let me know if you're a single girly like me, do you like what's in the dating pool? There used to be a time where I used to be geeked out, fanned out over a guy. Oh, I like him so much. I haven't had that in a minute.
I mean, quiet is kept. Actually, loud is kept. Men know what type of time y'all are on. That's why men don't leave the house. They don't show up to singles events. Some of these guys don't even want to be bothered with you.
Okay, this is a video for the girls and the guys if they date men. The statement, not all men, okay? Because I'm not really here to argue with guys that aren't really ready to look at themselves. But when they say not all men, the reason why they're saying not all men is because they care more about the collective of men, how they appear to people, than if women live or die. They care more about how themselves, how they look to other people, than if women are getting hurt. They don't care about, most of these men out here that are saying that, they don't care about the safety of women. They don't care about facts. They don't care about statistics. They don't care about what happens to women. As long as I look like a good guy. And we all know that the person that is a good guy is the most evil person that you will ever meet. A lot of the men that go in the comments and they go, not all men. I mean, a lot of them are abusive. A lot of them are toxic. A lot of them are a part of the problem. That's why they say not all men. Because they need to put a little bit of doubt in there. They're really preying on like your insecurities and your like desire to be with a man or validation, craving validation from men. They're depending on that for you to be like, you know what, maybe it's not all men. Because they just need these type of men. They just need a little opening. They just need you to believe just a little bit so that they could come in and take advantage of you. And that's straight up what it is. I mean, I've dated a predator. I almost got unalived by him. He strangled me in his house. I thought I was going to die that day. Not all men. Yeah, then they go, well, let's generalize. You can't generalize it. You can't generalize. And these type of men, they're weaponizing therapy speak. They know how to use the language, but they don't actually apply it in real life. Yes, you shouldn't really generalize populations of people based off like experiences. But when it comes to your safety, your physical safety, I think there's an exception because you don't apply every single healing method and mythology to every single situation. Every situation is different. So yeah, you can kind of generalize if it's going to keep you alive. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, it's just very interesting because it's always like, not all men, because I'm a good guy, or I know guys that don't abuse women. I know guys that don't do these evil things. But why would we focus on the guys that aren't causing issues when there's actual issues that need to be resolved? I'm here to try to find a solution, and because most of the men don't want to look at themselves or do the healing work or actually admit the truth, like that's the craziest part to me. They don't even want to acknowledge that anything is happening to women. When like what happened when all these women, 8 million women got burned as witches at the stake and hung as witches? Why were they burned? Was it because they were witches and there was a danger to society, or was it because men couldn't control them and so they were killing them? And that's the whole thing. It's a whole control thing, and it's still coming over to this day. But this time we're not getting burned as witches. We're saying something. And I don't care what they have to say. Really, I don't. Because the men that are healthy, like I have a few of them in my comment sections, and I have guy friends that are healthy. They can address these issues, and they could stand up to other men. The men that are weak and toxic, and they're like enabling bad behavior, like they don't say anything to other men, and they just go, not all men. Maybe my guy friend might abuse women. He might be a womanizer, but it's not me. Yeah, but you're just as evil as what you allow. If you sit around and you watch somebody do bad things and you don't say anything, you're just as bad. You're enabling bad behavior. You're enabling that, and you're a part of the problem. Does that make sense? And so whenever they say not all men, like those are the men that don't want to look at themselves. Those are the men that aren't ready to face reality, and they're not even interested. Like I just don't have the patience for them. They try to argue with me and tell me things, and it's like, so you hate all men? So you just hate all men? Why would it matter to you if I hate all men? I don't like you guys. I don't like most of them. The guy friends that I do have, I do like, because they have proven with their actions over time. They've matched their words to actions, and they've consistently shown up in a way to show that they're safe. So I like them. The rest of you, I don't care if I hurt your feelings, because it's keeping me alive. It's keeping me out of danger. You get what I mean? So like the whole not all men thing, like really think about that. They're trying to focus on, well, you need to think about the guys. Maybe there's good guys out there. Maybe there's good guys. Go on your wild goose chase. Go look for good guys. That they're just trying to find a way in, so that they can take advantage of you. I don't care. You have to view them all the same to keep yourself alive. You have to view them all the same to keep yourself alive. I don't care what they say. They're not the ones getting unalived. They aren't the ones getting hurt like us. You're not getting raped. You haven't been SA'd and then nobody believes you by multiple men. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're in the shoes of a woman, and if you are a woman, just understand, like, you have to view them all the same. There's nothing you can do about it until like they start collectively changing as a group. We can't do anything about it. I can't find stuff. Only thing I've decided to do, because I want to focus on, let's raise awareness and help protect other women. They want to say not all men, there's good guys out there. They want to focus on the guys that aren't a problem. How does that solve anything? You don't solve problems by ignoring them and pretending that everything's fine. And that's the way that I swear, so many of them lead and act. Let me just pretend everything's fine. I'm not going to live in your weird gaslight fantasy world. I'm not doing that. I'm going to talk about the problems. I don't care how uncomfortable it is, because the truth will, first it'll piss you off, right? It'll piss you off, but it'll set you free. So once we address these issues and look at them, if the men don't want to take accountability, that's fine. They don't have to take accountability. But us as women, or the people that are dating men, we need to take accountability for learning to protect ourselves from the people that aren't doing the work. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Let me tell you guys a little story. Drive home the point here. My brother at one point in time was driving a black Lexus, this little small Lexus. And one night he got stopped in front of his home. Cop got out the car, pulled a little something on him, right? I'm not going to say that for YouTube. Told him get down on his hands and knees or whatever. And essentially, call came over the radio that they were looking for a certain individual in a black car. And my brother heard that, and he was like, I'm coming from the store. What's going on? Because the officer was asking him, well, where are you coming from? And he was explaining, I'm coming from here. Well, what are you doing? Are you sure you want over here? Yes. And giving him proof of where he was. But the guy still wasn't believing what he was saying. The officer still wasn't believing what he was saying. Right. So my brother has a black car. Black car is a Lexus. Heard the call come over the radio that this was for another type of car that looked nothing like my brother's car. And the person that they were looking for looked and didn't describe anything that my brother had on, what my brother looked like, nothing. So essentially, the officer got the wrong guy. And when he heard that, he was still calling people to come over and check my brother out, knowing my brother knew and he knew that he had the wrong description of person. So why are you over there? This is how men feel. Why do you keep on lumping us in with somebody we don't even know? We weren't even over there. We have an alibi. I'm telling you the alibi. And when you figure out that this wasn't the man that did you wrong, you still question him. You still stay there. For what reason? We don't know. And this is why men continue to have to back off. That's why you make it very hard for people to help you when you have this limited mindset. When in another video clip, I talked about not acknowledging what men who are fighting for your cause are doing for you, and then sitting down and saying, you know what, standing your ground on that point, I'm not going to thank you. You don't mean nothing to me, and we're not going to go nowhere until you understand that you're not as good as you think you are. You ain't never good enough until you do exactly what I tell you to do, when I tell you to do it, how I want you to do it. When I jump, when I tell you to jump, you better say how high. Get a grip.
I want to know from women over 35 if cohabitating with men is really worth it.
And a study needs to be done on the fact that married women are telling you not to get married. The ones that are widowed are telling you they won't do it again. The ones that are living with men are telling you don't do it. Right? And I think that is exactly what fools many women, is that they think the grass is greener on the other side. They say, oh, well, you told me not to get married, or you told me not to move in with my boyfriend, but you're living with your guy. Can't be so bad if you're still there. Right? That's what it is. That's what attracts women who still want it, beyond the fact that many of them are just delusional. There's that fact that they think that you are gatekeeping. They think if men were so terrible, you would not be with one. You hear people say all the time, don't listen to Beyonce. She'll tell you to the left, but she couldn't leave her husband when he cheated on her. And that's facts. You're right. Not many women are leading by example. But I'll tell you this. It was my prerogative. I told myself I would leave anyone and anything before I ruin my trust with myself. Right? I'm not gonna be the hypocrite that gets online and tell women, love yourself more, build this relationship with yourself, find it in you to not tolerate certain things, do not make struggle a part of your lifestyle, and then be behind closed doors going through struggle love. No, dating has never been my thing. But anyone who ever came across me knew, if you're doing things to me, if we're in a relationship that feels funny, that makes me feel like I am a fraud to my audience, you have to go. That's my number one sign, right? But not every woman is going to live that life, is all I'm saying. Just like you don't take advice from the miserable married women to stay in that toxic relationship, stop thinking that she has what you want if she tells you to leave. Sometimes it's from a place of her wishing she would have done better. It's okay to learn from other people's mistakes. But I know that those of us who need to learn from pain are still not going to listen, and that's okay. I'm only here for those that will. Okay?
So basically what you're telling me is you're going to stay single and you don't think that marriage is worth it. Got it. But here is another clip of a woman saying, well, if you find the right man, then your life is going to be great. She commented this on this woman's post. Let's check out what this woman has to say in response to that.
And this might be the biggest misconception that we're still suffering with as a collective when it comes to the way women discuss ending up with a good guy, right? If indeed whoever you're describing to us online is really as fantastic as you say that he is, and he is one of a kind, I can guarantee you that while you may have taken steps that were necessary to make sure that you were in line with him, I can guarantee you it wasn't just because you picked the right guy. I'm telling you this right now. And that's because there's 800 comments right now of women saying the same thing, right? So if we're gonna follow probability, it's simple math. It's simple math that the men are slim pickings, right? It's not a situation where they're just all over the place and we just have to pick the right guy. It's just that simple. No, there are not that many right guys to pick from, if any, right? And this is what I wish we would acknowledge. And I also wish we'd talk about the fact that what is perfect for you is not perfect for me. Because there's people in the comments saying that they feel they lucked out just because he knows what a washer and dryer looks like and a dishwasher. They didn't say that he assisted in the house. They're saying he just knows what it looks like and he makes pancakes. Okay, so let's also admit that our standards are all different, if that makes sense. What's perfect for you won't necessarily be perfect for me. Maybe I require a little bit more than that. Maybe I require something else that is not a big factor for you. Does that make sense? But from a universal standpoint, I think the committed effort, the loyalty, the emotional maturity, the compassion, the empathy, staying power, support, all of the things that we're able to get amongst ourselves as women, there are very little men that come with that, right? And this is not just our generational issue. This dates all the way back to our great-grandmoms, right? And great-granddads. The difference is now we have an avenue to talk about it. So let's not be arrogant in the comments, is all I'm saying. I'm super happy for you if the story really is real and you found your right man, but let's not invalidate other women's experiences just because we got lucky. Because that's a big factor that a lot of people do not talk about. That's it, that's all.
And this is exactly what men mean when they say single women keep women single. You have a woman that says, I totally get where you're coming from, but there are plenty of fantastic men out there. You respond with more negativity to somebody that is happy in her relationship. She's happy. She's telling you that there are good men out there. This is that, and the man is going to do this for you, and the man is going to be this to you, and this is what you respond with. You guys are literally miserable people. Y'all walk around with negativity and a loser mentality on your brain. Nice house back there, nice aesthetic, got your money, got your bag, but really honestly and truly, when you listen to what these people are saying, miserable people.